In 1941, Jake LaMotta fights against Billy Fox, delivering 7 knockdowns with unstoppable power. He dominates the bout, but to his fury, the judges award the victory to Fox, hinting at the fixed nature of the fight. LaMotta stands in the ring, his face burning with anger and humiliation, yet he is forced to accept the loss. His fiery temperament, a mix of rage and stubbornness, drives him to battle for the middleweight championship title. But it already creates problems. His anger toward promoters and judges erupts into quarrels that complicate the organization of his fights. His younger brother Joey, a loyal manager, assists Jake in the early stages of his career, negotiating matches and trying to rein in his explosive temper. But LaMotta often loses control. His anger, triggered by suspicions of promoters' dishonesty or feelings of being undervalued, manifests in sharp words and impulsive decisions. His refusal to cooperate with the mafia controlling boxing due to pride limits access to title fights, forcing him to take on more bouts with less profit, which slows his progress. In 1943, Jake meets Vicky, a young woman whose beauty captivates him, and they soon get married. But his love is quickly overshadowed by paranoid jealousy. He suspects her of infidelity, tormented by thoughts of every conversation she has. His anger erupts into furious accusations that undermine their relationship and distract him from training. This instability affects him in the ring. He fights with excessive aggression, losing strategic calculation, which leads to unnecessary injuries. His bouts with Sugar Ray Robinson become legendary, but his impulsiveness gets in the way. In one of the fights, he attacks with fury, taking hits he could have avoided, wearing himself out. By 1947, Jack's jealousy reaches its peak. He begins to suspect that Vicky is involved with others, including Joey, fueled by rumours and insecurity. He bursts into his brother's home, accusing him of betrayal, and in a fit of rage, strikes him. This quarrel proves fatal. Joey, exhausted by the suspicions and the physical attack, severs all contact, withdrawing from Jack's life and career. Without his brother, who had been the key organiser of the fights, LaMotta loses crucial strategic support, and his career becomes more complicated. He has to rely on less reliable managers, leading to chaotic match planning. Despite this, in 1949, Jack reaches the pinnacle by defeating Marcel Cerdan and winning the middleweight championship title. Without Joey, he achieves this through his sheer perseverance. But his fiery temperament continues to harm him. He fails to control his weight, barely making the category, which weakens him before fights. Vicky, suffering from his relentless accusations, grows increasingly distant, her patience wearing thin under the pressure of his paranoia. In 1951, he loses the title in a brutal fight against Robinson, where his rage fails to prevent defeat. His impulsiveness and physical exhaustion, exacerbated by weight problems and the absence of Joey's support, hasten the end of his career, and he retires from boxing. In the mid-1950s, Jack tries to start a new life by opening a nightclub in Miami and attempting a career as a comedian. But his anger manifests in outbursts at staff and patrons, alienating customers and undermining the business. Vicky, unable to endure his ongoing aggression and inability to change, leaves his life by 1956. In 1957, the club fails. Desperate from financial setbacks and personal failures, Jack allows underage girls into the establishment, breaking the law. The authorities arrest him. In the cell, he realizes how his rage has destroyed everything: his family, career, friendships, and his despair erupts in punches at the walls. In 1964, aged and battered, Jack prepares for a performance in the club. He stands in front of the mirror, repeating lines from the film on the waterfront, recalling the fights, quarrels, Vicky's and Joey's departures. In his eyes smoulders the spark of the raging bull who, despite the losses, steps onto the stage, continuing to fight with life. What do you think ultimately drove Jake LaMotta to the fire of the raging bull that made him a champion, or the fury that destroyed everything he loved? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story inspired you, make sure to subscribe for more epic tales from the ring and beyond. And hit that like button to show your support.